Hey guys, welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I'm the INSANEBRIT, and this month's update video we're going to be talking about Yakuza. This is basically going to be finishing, and then we've got Last Stop, which is a new playthrough coming out on my channel as well. I know nobody really watched the Wolf Among Us playthrough, and I think that's because probably everybody's played it, whatever it is, what it is. I know choice-based games, people enjoy them. But if you've already seen it, you're not really going to want to play it. And I think it's been played out. It's been about 8-10 years now, more or less, since that game come out. So I'm surprised that nobody really watched it, but it is what it is. I wanted it on my channel, of course, because The Wolf Among Us 2 comes out in 2022, I think, or maybe 23. I'm not too sure. The reason I got my glasses on is because I want to go down the PlayStation Plus games and respect to the pricing, because they're going to change it in June. And you can still pay the £50 a year, whatever, but I don't think you get anything additional for that. Maybe the free PS Plus games, which again, I'm not too sure at the time of this recording what those are this month for April, but hopefully they're good, and Xbox as well, Game Pass as well, or Xbox Live with Gold or whatever. But yeah, basically guys, the new pricing system for the PlayStation, so we've got a couple of them. PlayStation Plus Essential. There's 3 tiers: PlayStation Plus Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra, where you get up to 400 additional games. I think they're regarding PS4 and PS5 games only. But then you have the PlayStation Plus Premium, which gives you 340 games, but that spans from PS3, PS2, PS1, and PSP. So that's and in terms of pricing, I'm just going to go down for the yearly subscriptions. So for the USA, it's £60 for PlayStation Plus Essential, which I think stays the same. Europe 60, United Kingdom is 50, and then 5,143 yen for Japan. For PlayStation Plus Extra, up to 400 additional PlayStation games, it's £100 for United States, 100 for Europe, £84 for United Kingdom, and Japan is 8,600. And then for the PlayStation Plus Premium, which you get the PS2 and PS3, PS4 games, etc. United States is 120, Europe is 120, UK is £100, and 10,250 yen for Japan. So, in my opinion, if you pay for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or whatever, that's about 120 per year. So you're paying £100, one-time fee, well, per year, let's be honest. So let's say you bought both of them, that's £220 per year for like over 400 games just on the PlayStation alone, and then you've got Xbox as well coming up with new games and stuff like that, and like day one brand new games. So it's well worth doing in both systems, in my opinion, at this point in time. A good deal. Will I do it? Possibly. I mean, I already paid 50. What's another 50 on top of that just to get the 400 games, depending if I want to play a couple of those games. I don't know if I'll be playing every game. I mean, I know there's people that are going to probably end up playing old games that they really liked / enjoyed, and I don't know if they're going to be HD'd up or anything like that. I don't know, or how it's going to work. An emulator maybe running in the system, if it's going to be online only, you download them. I'm not too sure how that's really going to work at this point in time, but right now it's looking like a sweet deal. I think there'll be 1 or 2 games that I want to buy, that I want to play on PlayStation. I'm not too sure. Maybe there'll be more than what I actually think. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'll probably end up, just say if I have the PlayStation 5, stop paying for Xbox Game Pass, because I won't be using it as much, and then maybe, that's probably where I'll focus my money on primarily. But that's just my opinion, because Xbox don't come out with a lot of new games that I really want to play. But who knows what happens in the future? Who knows? Maybe I'll just end up buying them both yearly anyway, just on point. Just for the sake of it, because I'm a content creator, so there you go. So yeah, Yakuza basically finishes up this month. Getting back to it, actually, Yakuza finishes up this month. It's been a great playthrough. I've really enjoyed it. I know it's been long. It's been going on forever, but it's great story parts coming up and stuff like that, and a boss fight and all that kind of stuff. FIFA content will continue on the channel. I know not a lot of people have been watching the FIFA career mode as much as maybe the Chelsea one or whatever. No one really watched the Bayern Munich one, and Barcelona one's pretty much dead. And I think that's probably because, you could argue that there are not a lot of Barcelona fans, or I don't know, Bayern Munich fans on this channel. Okay, fine. But at the same time, I do play it on professional, and I do dominate quite a bit, or I've lost games here and there, but maybe people just ain't interested in that. But more people watch the Chelsea one, so I don't know. Maybe it's mix and match. I don't know. It is what it is. But FIFA Simulations seems to do well, or get 60 views plus on average. Sometimes more, which is good. So thank you so much for watching that. COD as well is pretty much dead in the water. I think a lot of people don't care for it as much. Maybe about 10-15 people tops, but it is what it is. It's a weekly series. I'm going through the seasons anyway until the next game comes out. You know, whatever. So that's just is what it is, and it's just a series that's going to be keep on going anyway. It's there if you want it. That's just for the weekend anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, so this month, of course, Yakuza finishes up, and then the second game we've got is Last Stop, which is a choice-based game. Again, it's like The Wolf Among Us, but at the same time, you might have not have played it, might not have seen it, so it could be interesting as well. And they're shorter videos as well, because they're just the way they've done it. They've broken it up in a weird section. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to do that and then make it searchable as well on YouTube as well. So it is what it is. So yeah, Last Stop and Yakuza are the games coming out this month. What else we got that I wanted to talk about? I want to talk about a bunch of other stuff actually as well. So PlayStation Plus, again, not too sure about what the PlayStation Plus games are for this month, so I'm hoping they're decent, and that gives me another thing to play, as well as Xbox Gold as well. So what's going on in the world? Well, really, you know, there's not too much that I wanted to say just in general in this video, to be honest with you. There's not much going on at all. But the Will Smith slap I wanted to talk about. My God, I did see the slap, the uncensored version. Woo, he hit that motherfucker, didn't he? Yeah, man, that was, oof. I couldn't believe that shit. You know, you see all the people's reactions. The Rock was the funniest, I felt. Man, yeah, slapping him out for saying that joke. A, it was a shit joke. My take on it, it was a shit joke. And he was even laughing, Will Smith. He was laughing at the joke. And his wife didn't like it, and then he got up and then fucking essentially slapped the guy. Like, come on. I'm surprised security didn't take him down or anything like that. I mean, which I felt they should have, and ejected him from the Oscars. And the fact that he won an award afterwards is ridiculous. They should take that award back, I feel, personally, because he has committed an assault, and that's the thing. If it was anybody else doing that shit, they would have been ejected, man. Like it's like, like, come on. Because it's Will Smith, you don't touch him, that's bullshit. It doesn't matter who it is, you can't have the right to assault anybody. Yeah, they take abuse online and everything, but that's the whole price of being a celebrity. Of course, they did that big interview as well with his wife. Basically came out and said, I had an entanglement or whatever. She cheated on him and everything, and he's sitting there crying, and the world's just watching. It's like, my God. You know, so, and he's a celebrity, and a comedian's hosting the Oscars is basically, you know, gonna roast him for that, or possibly, you know, he could roast anybody, but he picked on Will Smith. I felt sorry for Chris Rock. He was embarrassed by that. He was like, Jesus Christ, he didn't know what to do. Now, a lot of people are saying it's fake. I personally felt it was real, and that for a particular reason being that afterwards he was shouting at him, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and all the rest of it. And I was like, damn, man. Like, and then even Chris Rock was still shaken afterwards. He couldn't really deliver a specific joke, and he was just like, ah, fuck it, here's an award. You know, he was just like, you know, he didn't go to the after party as well, apparently. Chris Rock, he was planning to, but then he didn't. Will Smith did, of course, holding his award, and he was rapping and doing whatever he was doing at the party, singing and all the rest of it. So Chris Rock has decided not to press charges. Whatever, it's up to him at the end of the day. But yeah, very peculiar. He's now under investigation / review, I believe Will Smith is, over that in regards to the Oscars and whatever, I don't know. Maybe they're asked for his award back, but then again, worse are people like, is it Polanski or whatever his name is? I don't know. And Kevin Spacey have got their Oscars still for various things that they've done in the real world, you know, crimes, legit, and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe they won't take it back, but it's very strange either way. So yeah, the slap heard around the world. What else is there I want to talk about? Oh yeah, Chelsea Football Club sale. That is still an ongoing issue for us, of course. Now, I wasn't too sure. Now, who to pick, who I wanted. I mean, first it was the Saudi group, then they're out. A bunch of other consortiums have been kicked out, and now it's like down to 3 or 4. The Ricketts family we don't want because of the racial abuse from years ago or whatever, and it's just not something we want to be a part of. And then we've got a couple of other groups in there. Todd Bowley, for me, who has invested, and to be fair to him, he has invested in his actual other team, and they've won and they've been successful. And he said on record that he wants to win. That's basically what he's about. So yeah, and fair play to him also. He's actually tried to buy Chelsea in 2017-18. So he's tried to buy Chelsea before. So he already wanted us beforehand. So I'm more confident going with him moving forward permanently. Apparently they do want a guarantee of fundings, like at least £1 billion for a new stadium, which would be very cool and exciting. I'd love to see that. Whether that's the stadium that we had built, or like the plans had drawn up, and everyone's seen them online, I don't know. Maybe he'll have his own vision. It does look like a giant ashtray, and I'd like to see it being done a bit differently. That top slide, it just looks not that good. I love everything else about it, but that ashtray aspect of it's just kind of weird. I don't know. That's just me though, thinking back about it. Yeah, so we talked about Chelsea sale, Will Smith slap, as it were. Um, in terms of what I've been watching quite a few things actually. I did watch South Park's Pandemic Special. That was pretty fucking funny. I'm not going to go into it because there's so much details there, and if you're going to watch it, by all means, that'll kind of spoil it for you. I've been watching a couple of animes because I haven't watched anime in quite a while. So I watched these 2 animes on Netflix, so you can watch them, and they are dubbed. And that is Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. Sorry, Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. And it's basically a show about a boy who's like just does haikus, which is like small Japanese poems. When he's walking along the street, sees a sunset, and he'd do a various one or whatever, and he tweets them out. No one really likes them or whatever, or tweets, you know what I mean, retweets. Basically, it's like me on Twitter, essentially. um, and then there's this girl, he bumps into her, and they pick up each other's phones. She's embarrassed about her braces. It's like a light-hearted story. You know, it could have made it into a series, and I think it would have done quite well. I think about 90 minutes long, the movie. It's actually a movie. So that's what, 3 episodes of an anime. You could have stretched out to a series and made it 6 more episodes, like, you know what I mean, like 30 minutes each, and kind of built up something there. And it's a very light-hearted story. Not too much going on in there. I'll be honest with you. It just isn't. It's only 90 minutes, so they've got to kind of wrap it up very quickly, you know, compared to a series, what would normally happen in an anime series, you know. But yeah, so their friendship develops a little bit, but there's not too much there. I think in the end, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like, it's an okay show. It's 90 minutes of your time, watch it. Definitely worth watching. And I will say this about it, which I am surprised. If they only had the budget to do 90 minutes or whatever, I'll tell you what, the colouring of this show is good. Like, and what I mean by that is simply it's bright, it's bold, it's not grey and just like, oh, we ain't got enough money to fill in to make it bright or anything, or we keep the background as one colour where it's mostly grey. It's like, no, they've got colours going out the wazoo. It's like, wow, man, it's bright and interesting. It keeps your attention, and the art style isn't bad or anything like that, and they don't keep switching it. It's just one art style, and it's very bright, and it's very well done. I do like it. Again, it's a light-hearted story, very light-hearted. So it's a good watch. It's an okay watch. I recommend that. Of course, if you're interested in the actual anime series and a little bit darker, with some layers there and in depth with the character, you want to watch Kotori Lives Alone. This is an anime that basically is about a little boy that lives alone, and you don't know why he lives alone. And he has a neighbor who's a single guy, who's a manga artist, who's just being a little bit lazy and what have you. And then there's other characters around the little boy, and they basically end up helping him out an awful lot, being the adults in his life, as it were. And you slowly but surely start to find out why he lives alone and the dark side of it. And there's simple, small elements that you notice, and it progresses from there, and it gets darker and darker. So yeah, that is a really good show and definitely worth watching. Kotori, I think it's Kotori. Is it Kotori? Let me say the name again. Kotori Lives Alone. Kotari, Lives Alone. Just put that into Netflix and you'll find it. That'll pop straight up. Also, I've watched Fast and Furious 9. I think with John Cena's in it. I don't think it was as good as Hobbs and Shaw, the spin-off, in respects to plot, as it were. But I did enjoy the fact they brought all the old characters back. I thought that was really good. And, you know, that they brought it back to the beginning story of when he was a young boy. And that story of where he hit him, that guy who killed his father with a wrench. They kind of brought that back into the movie. I thought that was really good. All the characters came together. So I thought that was pretty decent. Even from Tokyo Drift, the guy was in it. Man, he looks like he's gotten a hell of a lot older. That dude. It probably was made in 2007, 8 or something. You know, it's a crazy amount of time gone by. Time flies. But it was nice to see all those old characters come back into it. Where they go from here, I don't know. I think there's Fast 10. I think maybe that's the last one. I'm not too sure. The Rock said he was done with the Fast series overall. You know, I didn't mind John Cena being in it. I think he's a good actor. I'll see him in the Suicide Squad as well. You know, they've got the show The Peacemaker, which I haven't watched just yet. Maybe I'll get around to watching that eventually. Yeah, so I enjoyed that movie. Not Fast 9, sorry. PC update. Pretty much the same. I'm saving, so guys, if you want to donate to that, by all means. Getting closer and closer. It's what, just say the 4th month. So next month I have an injection of cash into it as well, and then I'll be like £200 short, and I can get it. Now I would have been nearer, but they raised the price, which just pissed me off. And that's just to get the PC, and then after I get the PC, I've got to go through a process of getting rid of this PC right here, and then I'm gonna I'll probably save a little bit more as well to try and get a PS5. I don't care if it's pre-owned at this point. I have heard rumors of PS5 Pros coming out. I've heard rumors of PS5 Slim are coming out from Sony. But even if they do, then I don't know. I'm probably not going to buy a Pro. I just don't like the idea of being fucked like I got with the PS4 Pro. I'd rather, if I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5 and it's not going to be the original, I'm going to buy a fucking Slim. To get a slimmed down version of it, maybe. Other than that, I'm not buying the Pro version. Not after what they did to me from the last generation. I'm fucking annoyed. I've not been able to use my PS4 the way I wanted to because of the noise and everything. It's just ridiculous. It is what it is. But yeah, that's basically what I want to say on that. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Elden Ring. People play Elden Ring as well. Which isn't my type of game, you know that. I've never played those kind of games, or I just get angry and pissed off, and I don't want to throw away £40 on a game that I might not enjoy, you know what I mean? And nah, I'd rather just watch somebody else play it at this point. I'm hoping to get back to some open world games. I do have GTA. I've got to try and work my way playing that again, or getting back into that series. The last one I played was 5, obviously, or was it 4 or 5? 5, because obviously it's on my channel and stuff like that, and then you've got Mafia on there. So I'm trying to get back into some open world games as well, series that I know are more popular. We will be going more AAA going forward. There will be a choice-based game here and there, but yeah, I've got lots to do, more work, you know. Now that Yakuza's ended, I've got to get back on track with the games I've got to play and stuff like that, start working hard. Guys, that's all I really want to say this month. It's not too much. I know it might have been a repeat process. A lot of it is at this point in time, and it has been for quite a while, but at least you're going to get Last Stop coming out, and then, you know, Yakuza ends this month, which I'm excited for it to end, because it's a good playthrough. I've enjoyed it, but it does need to wrap up story parts. There's some heavy story parts in there. I think I've moved it to the completed playthrough section now at this point. Anyway, guys, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll probably do England simulation as well. I didn't do the Ivory Coast one because the Ivory Coast isn't actually on the game. But moving forward, I might try and do an England simulation. Who knows? It is what it is. I did remove my commentary, by the way, of FIFA Sims, because I think people more enjoyed. I seem to get more views that way anyway. Like, just jump straight into the action. It is what it is. That's my decision thus far. No one seems to have complained about it too much. People are still watching. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens moving forward with that. But it makes it less stressful, more easier for me to do them, to knock them out quicker for you guys. So you're not waiting days for them. You know what I mean? You're waiting a couple of hours and it's out or whatever. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for your support. And Please continue to watch, and hopefully you enjoyed the new playthroughs. We're up to, in terms of subscriber numbers actually, let me just check that, 3,281. So slowly but surely we'll get higher and higher as time goes on. It is what it is. Alright guys, see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.